Write the equation of the line through the indicated point with the indicated slope. Write the final answer in the form y equals mx plus b. Well, they give us the slope is -9, and they give us an ordered pair 7, -2. Now, some of you probably point slope form, but I'm going to show you how you can use slope-intercept form, which makes your life so much easier. So first of all, y equals mx plus b. Now let's look and see what we have. Well, we have our m, and that's -9. So let's put -9 in for m. Now we don't have our y-intercept, we don't have our b, but we do have an x and a y. We have 7 and -2. Remember, this is x, y. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 7 in for x and -2 in for y. We're going to have -2 for y equals -9 times x, which is 7, plus b. Now you're going to notice the only variable we have left is b, so that's what we're going to solve for. We'll have -2 equals, now -9 times 7 is -63, plus b. I'm going to add 63 to both sides. So it turns out that we have 61 equals b. So let's rewrite y equals mx plus b. Let's put in our slope, which they gave us as -9. And now we have our y-intercept, and that is 61. I'm going to press here, and now I'm going to do y equals -9x plus 61. And let's check our answer. Yay! Good job! Write the equation of the line to the indicated point with the indicated slope. Write the final answer in the form y equals mx plus b. They give us the slope is 3/2, and they give us an ordered pair 4, 0. Now 4, 0 is actually the x-intercept, so that's not our y-intercept, so don't get that confused. First of all, y equals mx plus b. They give us our slope, so we're going to put that in. Y equals 3/2 x plus b. We don't know our y-intercept because 4, 0 isn't our y-intercept. But if I write 4, 0, that is our x and our y. So let's put 0 in for y, and we're going to put 4 in for x. Now you're going to use your calculator. 3/2 times 4 is 12 over 2, which is 6, plus b. I'll put a little arrow here, calculator, okay, and an exclamation point. Now I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, so -6 is b. So we're going to rewrite y equals mx plus b. Now we know the slope because they gave it to us, that's 3/2. And now we know the y-intercept, which is -6. Click in the box here, and we're going to type in y equals, now I'm going to use a fraction, so I have to go down here to my fraction key, 3 down arrow halves, over arrow, x minus 6. Now let's see how we did. Yay, we're awesome. Let's look at the next question. A, find the slope of the line that passes through the given points. B, find the standard form of the equation of the line. And then C, find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Now A says we need to find the slope. Well, the formula for slope is m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. They give us our two ordered pairs, 4, 4, and 8, 7, 8. I like to label them right away, so I'm going to call this x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. All right, so when we do the formula, it's super easy. We just look to find our numbers. So y sub 2 is 8, minus is part of the formula, y sub 1 is 4, all over, x sub 2 is 7, minus is part of the formula, and then x sub 1 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4, 7 minus 4 is 3, so 4/3 is our slope. Now I recommend when you do these, you want to check the slope right away because it's really important to have that correct to figure out the standard form and then the slope-intercept form. So let's check ourselves right away. I'm going to click right here. Now it's a fraction. I'm going to click fraction. 4, down arrow on your computer, 3, and let's check. Yay! All right. Now B asks us to find standard form. I think it's a lot easier to find slope-intercept form and then standard form, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to find C next, which is slope-intercept form, and that is y equals mx plus b. Well, we know that the slope is 4/3. Just like the last ones we did, we're going to pick an ordered pair for x and y. Now, does it matter which ones you use for x and y? Nope, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to use the first one for 4. So this is x, y. Okay, so y is 4 equals 4/3 times 4 plus b. Now you're going to use your calculator, and we're going to end up with 4 equals 16/3 plus b. We need to get b by itself. I'm going to subtract 16/3 from both sides, and we end up with negative 4/3 for our y-intercept. Slope-intercept form is y equals 4/3 x minus 4/3. Now we're going to find b. I'm going to come down a little bit here for b. I'm going to rewrite our equation y equals 4/3 x minus 4/3. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So we need x and y on the same side, and then the constant or c on the other side. First thing to make our lives easier is I'm going to get rid of the denominator. And since we have a common denominator, I'm just going to multiply everything by 3. Okay, so let me just write what I'm doing. Y equals 4/3 x minus 4/3, multiplying everything by 3. So I have 3y equals 4x minus 4, because these 3's are going to end up canceling. All right, now I'm just going to bring the x over. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Negative 4x plus 3y equals negative 4. Like our standard form, but there's a weird thing about math is we don't like this to be negative and we don't like it to be a fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply everything by -1. You could think about it as just changing all of the signs. So we're going to have 4x minus 3y equals 4. And that is our standard form. Now let's type that in. We have 4x minus 3y equals 4. Let's see how we did. Yay, good job. And now they want our slope-intercept form, and that is y equals, now notice they already have the y there, so I don't have to write that. Fraction, 4 down arrow 3, over arrow x minus fraction, 4 down arrow 3, and let's check it. Yay, good job. Let's look at this one. Once again, A, find the slope of the line that passes through the given points. B, find the standard form of the equation of the line. And C, find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Well, we're going to do A. We want to find our slope first. And the formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And our two ordered pairs are -4, -4, and 3, -7. I like to write my formulas right underneath it. So I'm going to say x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. I think it's easier when we put it in the formula because all we have to do is just match up the letters. So y sub 2 is -7, minus is part of the formula. Y sub 1 is -4. So I'm going to make a parentheses there for my -4. X sub 2 is 3, minus is part of the formula. X sub 1 is -4. So once again, I'm going to make a parentheses. -7 minus -4. Well, two negatives make a positive. So this is really -7 plus 4, which is -3. And 3 minus -4, well, two wrongs make a right. Two negatives make a positive. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So right away, we have our slope. So let's check it before we go any further to make sure we're correct. Click in there. I have a fraction. -3, down arrow. 7. Now one thing is I could go all the way to the front and put a negative here. That also works. But since I put it on the top, we're just going to leave it like that. So let's check. Yay, good job. Now the next thing they ask for is standard form, but I think it's much easier if we do slope-intercept form and then find standard form. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to find slope-intercept form next. So y equals mx plus b. We know the slope, so y equals negative 3/7 x plus b. It doesn't matter which ordered pair we use. Let's use the second one this time. I used the first one and the last one. And remember, this is x, y. So y is negative 7 equals negative 3/7 times x, which is 3, equals b. We have negative 7 equals negative 9/7 plus b. Now, hopefully, if you don't know how to do this, you need to be using your calculator, okay? So I'm going to add 9/7 to both sides, and b equals negative 40 over 7, and that doesn't reduce. What do we have for a slope-intercept form? Well, y equals our slope, which is negative 3/7 x, and then our y-intercept is negative 40 over 7. Great. Let's figure out our standard form. Well, standard form is ax plus by equals c. I need to go up a little bit because I forgot what I wrote. So we have y equals negative 3/7 x minus 40 over 7. Now let's get rid of the fractions. I'm going to multiply everything by 7 because that's actually what both of the denominators are. So we're going to have 7y equals negative 3x minus 40. 7 times negative 3/7, do it on your calculator, get negative 3. 7 times negative 40 over 7, do it on your calculator, you have negative 40. We need to get both x and y on the same side. So we're going to add 3x to both sides. So we'll have 3x plus 7y equals negative 40. Now, this is positive and it's not a fraction. That's awesome. This is actually going to be our standard form. Let's type it in. We have 3x plus 7y equals negative 40. All right, check our answer. Yay, good job. Now, I want to mention one thing. If you type in 7y plus 3x equals negative 40, that will be marked wrong because that is not standard form. It's always x and then y. Let's go up and put in our slope-intercept form. So I'm going to click in my box, and it is a fraction. So I'm going to do negative 3, down arrow 7, over arrow x, and then minus fraction 40, down arrow 7. Now I'm going to point out that they already have y equals here, so you're not going to type y equals into this box. If you type y equals into the box, even if you have this part right, it will be marked wrong. So make sure you pay attention to your answer. But let's check it. Yay, good job.